and as you can see, even that won't fit in. So this morning job is to swap out this toilet vanity unit, whatever you want to call it. Those might remember that, them taps on a short. You know what I mean, getting access to that. Thankfully it's freestanding and the bath's not stuck back, so I managed to pull it forward 3 inches and get behind, but I did that as a short form video, not long form. But yeah, this is coming out. Show you what the customer's bought. Another white unit. Because this clip came broke, she said she was going to get a new one. Well, she's got a new one. A pack of 10. Oh my god. There's our new toilet. New seat and cistern. So the first thing I'm going to do is shut the water off and start taking this out. Flick this front cover off. Don't care about damaging it because it's going in the bin. Probably gonna have to take the toilet off first so we can remove this bottom panel. Take note of the gloves, people. Take note of the gloves. Stinks now, there's no water in that. Flush pipe pulled out. The soil pipe is on a flexi though, which isn't a problem. Hopefully that will let this lift up out of the way now. Just held on with these little drop down catches. Feed down here, which I know on the new one because I seen yesterday. Well, I seen it earlier. It's on the side, so that's going to need a bit of alteration. And the soil pipe is right the way over there. Unfortunately, I bet we're going to have to do the same with using this flexi, or using a flexi should I say. I did pick up a straight pan catcher because I was hoping it'd just go straight out of the wall, but obviously not. Like the turds get dizzy after going on a flush with this. So I want to lift this straight out. It's still got a little bit of water in it. Obviously with this cross membrane, I mean I could break it out, but I also could just undo that screw and that screw. That lid will come off and I can slide that up. One unit out. Just going to hoover everything up, give everything a clean up, take them 2 securing brackets off and put the new one in position and see what's what. That's all nice and clean and ready to work on. So with this we don't need the front panel for yet. That can stay down there, and this top panel can come off as well. One of the dowels has fallen out, and again this front panel lifts off the same as the old one. I might need 2 hands because they tend to be quite stiff, so if I had to lift this off. And that is ready for carrying in. Right, now I've got to try and figure out where the old one was. It's not been grouted under, so I need to make sure that I'm covering the grout line and that. Going off these, I think we're about centre, and the toilet one's in the floor, which I don't think you see anymore. Can I thread that? I don't think there's enough room to drop that behind the back of there, but we'll have a look. Did manage to drop it behind. It is a bit tight like, but if I cut that cross member out, yes, you've got that one and the front one, but it just weakens the unit over, you know what I mean, up. Everything just weakens the unit. So I am going to have to, however, cut out, this is going to be bad artwork, this is not Art Attack. I'm going to have to cut out that just so my flexi can sit in behind that soil pipe, because as you can see it's overriding it a little bit. And then what we'll do is level it up. Don't judge, it's not a joinery channel. Plus it's not seen ever again. We just need to level this up, which I think the whole unit's really twisting, so I might better putting that front panel on. Can you see everything's just moving? It's crap this. I'm going to put the front panel on just to hold it and support it, so I can level the bloody thing up, screw it back, and then it'll stay in its position then. Don't be too concerned about them old screws, because we've got, not that you would be, it's not your house, but we've got a lid to go on here, and that should, well, that will hide them too, thankfully. Right, let's get the system screwed to the back. So sometimes they come with their own bracket. Well, they do, they come with these. So that's gonna, we're gonna have to measure down from here and then from centre and just work out where those two are for going on here, and that can then drop down onto it. For that, we're going to work out centre of the backboard, and then we're going to work out centre of this, which is to the outlet in the middle. It's 450, so 450, quick maths down is 225. That is our centre line. Now I know that one bracket needs to measure 140 from centre, and the other one is 90, because they're off centre them two because of this outlet. There we go, there are our level lines for our brackets. Now we just need to work out a height. I'm probably just going to keep it about 10mm down, but you know what I absolutely love about side entry fill systems? The room they give you. Like, look at the state. Okay, I'm probably, I don't even know. I don't even know. Absolutely ridiculous. There's no room to swing a cat in this. Jokers, man. Keeping it 10mm down off the top of that is 70mm to where the brackets need to be. So 80mm from there to there is going to be where our bracket's going to go on. That is now on now. What a biggest recommendation, what I suggest now is, because there's a lot of movement in the void behind that, is I'm going to stick or screw a piece of 10mm board off the old unit behind it on the wall, so that flex can't happen. So when you're pushing the toilet back, the flush pipe can't also move backwards. Just keeps this system upright, which isn't the problem. The problem is this. Like, do you know what I mean? How much? I have got a little tip for that, which may work. Depends on what's going on inside here. I'm going to see if I've got a bent flexi in the van first, or a bent tap connector. But before showing you the little hack, I don't know if it'll work actually, because this system's got little mouldings inside. But basically I undo that nut, put a new nut on the inside so it can be supported from both sides, and then wind it in so there's no need for this thread to be so long. I got this in the van. It's been in the van a while. It was a speed fit one. There's no washer in, but I can soon sort that out. It's a bent flexi, so I'm thinking something along those lines. As you can see, even that won't fit in, so I'm just going to have to send that threaded section in a little bit, but at least I can push fit bent 90 on some copper, because I need to be over this soil pipe across and then drop down after. That's the plan. we'll put that on there. I mean, you could just cut this down, I suppose, but then you've got to leave yourself a perfectly flat, smooth surface for the washer to connect onto. Something along them lines. And we'll put that back inside there. Check that can still move freely, which it does. This may work, it may not. Something like that. I mean, it's far from ideal, but this thing's mega annoying. Get back up and on. I don't want to break it. Didn't need to put my bend in because I can still get onto that. So basically I'm going to come down here with a 90 into an isolation valve, I think. Something along them lines, and a piece of wood at the back of that. So I'll check back with you when I've got the copperwork connected up. Beautiful. I'm going to turn on the main stop tap now because it's obviously our isolation valve's off. I've pointed it this way, so I don't know, I don't think I'll be able to reach my arm down to turn it off, but yeah, the thought that counts, innit? Alright, that's our panel back on. Albeit don't look very square. Look at this state, the unit's so flimsy. That's our panel back on, so now what we need to do is work out from the floor $390. I'm measuring to this part here, so I know I cannot cut any more than that off, if that makes sense. $390, and the toilet is obviously going to be put in centre. I'll show you in a second. Yeah, centre of the cupboard, centre of the toilet. We need to cut $390 down. I just need to work out now at what height. Do you know what I mean? I could potentially cut this right off here, but hopefully won't need to do that. I'll have to see. All depends on where this lands. So from finished surface is 130. Oof. Shouldn't need to cut that. Just level the centre line down. Something like that. Now obviously I'm not going to cut it that tight. What I am going to do is level down now from here to here, here to here, and then level straight down so that can drop over the soil pipe. And then once I've done that, before cutting it, if you just put the toilet back in position, I'll show you what to do next. Something like that. So you put your toilet back in now, or in position. And providing you cannot see any of them lines, you know for a fact if you cut there, you're not going to mess up. You're double checking. And that should be enough for me to get our flush pipe and flexible pan connector through that void. I think I may have used the blade upside down on that jigsaw. Must have been upside down cut. You see it's a little bit rough, but again, you're not going to be able to see it. This Arctic Haze silicone grease is good, but it's so stiff to get out of the tube. Shunt that into there. Perfect. Bit of grease on this end, even though we don't really need this end just yet. It's done then, innit? Might have to wipe a bit too much. Might have to wipe some of that off. A little bit too much, to be fair. Probably pop off the bloody back at toilet. The next thing we need to do is work out the height for our flush pipe. So centre from floor, 350 millimetres. Right, you can't push it up too far. it stops. So it goes in to there. That's okay. Currently, it measures, trying to hold it level, 250, so it needs 100mm cutting off that. Go. It doesn't leave much flat circular surface showing before that bend, does it? I'll double check it. I forgot to add on the bit we took off here, so it's actually that mark that I'm cutting. Something like that. Now I need to work out the back of this, how much wants cutting off there. Oh yeah, and just to check, 350. Flush cone pushed fully home. Put that in there. How I do it is the back of the panel, which we took off, the main panel at the front, is normally, I'll double check, 20mm, same thickness as the level. So if you plonk that on there like that, so that mark is including the panel. So that is the back of the panel. Again, spirit level is the panel, so you can either mark the back or the front. So that's the back of the panel. Back of the panel plus that, which is 60mm. 60mm added onto that. That is where we need to cut it off. I might have just badly explained that, but I think about, yeah, anyway, that's it. Perfect. I did. Oh my god. That's my last braid cell gone. Anyway, I did put a block of wood at the back there. Don't know if you can see it, just there. So that's took away that. I haven't turned the water back on yet because I wanted to make sure that this was in. That's greased up. Yeah. We're pretty much ready to turn the water back on, fill the cistern, double checking everything's not leaking. Put the front panel on and the toilet in then. However, before that I could measure up for drilling these holes, which I might actually just do that. That's our toilet pushed into position now and fully home, as you can see on that side. I have just had a look at this flush pipe and it does look like it's running back down, so I need to take a 10mm or so off that, because obviously we don't want it running backwards and pooling here. The water is back on now, only up to that isolation valve. I've double checked that the toilet is in the centre, 65. So now all we need to do is mark up these brackets. $15mm, so 15mm in from there. Lovely. That's where we want to drill and mount them brackets. Just like that. Now it's floorboards under here, and I don't know if there's definitely no electric floor, but I don't know if there's any pipes underneath the floorboards, so I've not put too long a screw in. Right, let's shorten that and push the toilet back in. Dun, dun, dun. Hey. Please stop filling. Otherwise, we're going to have to shut this off pretty damn fast. That'll do. So that's testing that joint, and everything we've done there. Lovely. The toilet can be pushed in now, and then we can flush it, thank God, because I am blasting. Is that a scratch? Yes. Phew. Felt like a crack. Going in square. Yeah. That is it. We are in. Fully. Everything's in there. Let me check on the camera now. Flush cone looks like it's not skew width and perfect. Pan connector's in as well. We're good to go to give this a flush. Lovely that. Hey. A little bit of lube on these always aids them going in. Right, so next, before putting the button on, I always put the toilet seat on so I can lift it up, because I don't want the toilet seat behind the button really, if that can help it, but it's going to basically have to go there. Right, one of these has got to fit. That one looks absolutely bang on, 38mm. Oh, like a glove. Oh, this unit is terrible, man. It's catching on that plug at the back. It's just sticking out the wall. I think. Yeah, right. That shit's down now. Beautiful. I'm going to run a bead of white around this just to finish that edging off. Don't need to do one up that side. It's a little bit dark down there where the grout hasn't been done, but I might put some beige in that. And then just a bead of clear around the bottom. Even though it is quite solid, just finishes that edge off, and that'll be it. Job done. Cut that plug off flush because it was annoying me, and if you're wondering what this all is, because it came with a foam cover so the cable could go through it, but the cable's got too much tension on it. It was just pushing it off, so I've CT1'd it and taped it on, because there's little bits of splash coming out the actual cistern without that foam little cover on it, so yeah, that's why it's on there. When you run out halfway through a joint, it's not good. I don't know, but this will make a blind bit of difference. And shove that in there to hide that lack of grout. by the time that dries, hopefully it'll look alright. That is it. Job done. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like it if you have, comment down below, I love reading through your comments, and if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It's absolutely free, and I'll see you next time.